Good morning. So, as you can see, it is an absolutely horrid day today. It is absolutely chucking it down. So I thought I'd do a quick walk round, because you need to do walk rounds in the rain to see where some of the problems are. So that's what I'm doing today, and straight away got to the gate. First problem. So all the water runs down through the car park here. And at the moment it's running through the gate. So it's actually washing away right in the middle of the path where you walk. So I'm going to have to redo that gravel and try and get a bit of a mound on that. Try and get a gully to the side so it washes to the side. But that's all coming down here. And again, that whole section here is flat. Some of it's going that way, some of it's going that way. So it's going to have to cross the path at some point, because it's not going to. It's all clay here, so it's not going to soak into that bed. And it's not going to soak in there. So probably best to keep it this side and just run it past the toilets, I think, because it all ends up in the lake eventually. Got quite a bit of standing water there as well. Possibly try and mound these off. And then comes down to here, and again there should be a path going off that way and a path going that way. The grass is all grown in and it's holding the water here, and that is all squidgy silt there. That really does need sorting there as well. But yeah, let's take a wander up this way. So there's one problem I found. That water level, ooh, that is high. That means the overflow must be blocked. So we'll go and find that in a minute. Again, we've got puddles forming there. The grass on either side is holding the moisture. It's higher than the path, so yeah, have to fill the path in. Yeah, going down this way. This is all looking all right. And you can see the water's running down the path here. All the way down. And you can see it's made a brown patch to the side there. And that's just where it's washing the mud into the water. Right. So down here, so you've got water coming up here, but I think that's because that pond's overflowing that it's coming here. So let's see if we can sort this overflow out. There we go, that's the overflow for the pond. That should be more than a trickle. So last time I did this, people got confused because I said that's a 4-inch pipe and then it goes into a 6-inch pipe, and then they see that and go, that's way more than a 6-inch. So yeah, that end is 10-inch or something stupidly massive, but that only goes to about halfway here. Then it is a 6-inch pipe here going into it. So that is still bigger than that pipe, but there's going to be a lot of flow coming through here in a minute. Let's see if we can clear it. So I've not got any tools with me, so I'm going to try it by literally using my arm. Let's give it a go. Right, so what I'm doing is I'm leaving a little gap at the top of my arm there to let the air out. And the pipe is filling up with water, the horizontal here. So where the leads drop down on the vertical pipe, then hit the horizontal, they sometimes build up. So there we go, that's that pipe just about full. So now I've blocked it completely, so you probably get a couple of bubbles come up out of the upright in the pond. Now, I don't think that worked. No, I don't think this is going to work. I think I'm going to have to get a plunger. No, that's not going to work, is it? Actually, I think it might be working. Getting quicker. Starting to get leaves come through, which is good. Because that means the blockage is breaking down. I feel like a right idiot doing this. That'll do. Yep. Oh. And now I'm soaked. Well, that cleared the blockage at last. Oh. So that just comes down here. Oh. Right, well that's got that cleared. And this pipe's just about coping with it at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if it overflowed, but I think there might be a twig or something in there. So once that water level drops back down, I'll have to get up into that pond up there and just check the upright and make sure that's clear. So yeah, let's carry on walking around and see if there's any other problems, because that's going to be going for at least 2-3 hours now. Well, that might be a slight problem. Best put a sign out for that. So that's the river running through there, and we've got a yellow weather warning for rain that's supposed to last until tomorrow. But this is our path through here, which is already partially underwater, so I wouldn't recommend walking through anything like this. I can at the moment because I can still just about see the bottom. It's only about 2 inches here, but you never know what's washing away. So yeah, there's absolutely nothing we can do about that once it stops raining. So by tomorrow that'll probably have all gone down anyway. But right, yeah, too much water. That's all coming along here nicely. And then this is the other place I wanted to double check. So that is the outflow for the lake here, which is coping, but obviously I've just put a lot more water into this lake, and that's only just keeping up at the moment. But it's not too much of an issue because there is a second outlet on this lake as well, which is at the far end. I wouldn't want to fall in that. Alright, let's see how this is doing. Around here. So water level is high in our miniature duck pond there. 2 ducks don't seem to mind and they're just having a snooze. But of course that's going to be high, that's guided by the river level. So if this gets much higher though, I think this path will be underwater. That's not too much of an issue because you can walk around the other side of the enclosure here. Oh wow, now that is a whirlpool. So with here, the river comes in and they built a dam across the river there so they could divert it down that concrete channel. There's an overflow to carry on along the river there. There's also an emergency overflow that goes under the river, under the bridge there. And that's doing well. It's going under the bridge. Just see it in there. And that just follows round to over here. Yeah, lens isn't too wet. So that there also is taking the drainage off the fields. It's the drainage ditch there, and then our overflow as well comes round here. Yeah, I'll have to see if I've got some footage or some images of this when it's dry, and you'll see just how much water is in here. Yeah. Okay. So this pond's doing okay because it's got a restricted inlet, so it's only 4 inches coming into here. So it's muddy because obviously that's getting river water flowing into it, but it's not going to overflow, and that then controls the next 2 ponds over there. Oh, look at that. So there's actually a log across under there that I put in the summer to try and reduce some of the flow, and it was working really well. It was holding the water back there, but you can't even see it. I'm pleased because, as well, one of the reasons I was checking is things like these branches here. When it rains, they suddenly get heavy and they come down and hit you. Now, there's the odd 1 or 2 that's true enough, but there's not too many. But yeah, look at all this. We're keeping up with it. Now, a lot of people will be tempted to go, oh well, we'll clear it, take the river deeper, and that's not the best thing to do. That's actually the worst. It'll just speed it up, and it'll just cut away and cause damage. You're actually better at making the river wider if you can. That goes down around behind the otter enclosure. The grounds aren't too bad, considering how wet it is. Then we've got this pond here. And like I say, this pond, partially water level controlled by the previous 2 ponds. But also it flows out into the river here, so it's partially controlled by the river level. And again, the river level is really up. There we go, it's all nice and clear across here as well. And then that's where the river exits our land, over there. Okay. Right, well, we'll go back and have a look at that pond outlet, see how that's looking. Makes me laugh. All the ducks are hiding under the tree here. Like, you're waterproof. It doesn't matter if you're in the rain. Oh well. There we go, that's still going. And that's still being able to cope with it, which is good. So I was looking at clearing the leaves on this the other day. I'm actually pleased I didn't, because they're holding the water back and slowing it down. Otherwise that'd be washing the gravel away. So yeah. So that's the top duck pond again. I don't know if you can actually see the duck house over there, but there's a doorway. It's about 1 foot tall, and the water level is to almost the top of the doorway for the ducks. So yeah, that that definitely is full. So yeah, that'll probably be going for another 6 hours, I reckon, to drain that lot down. Oh well. Right, well, I'm going to end this video here and I'm going to go and dry up. So I know where the problem areas are, and I'm pleased to say that there aren't actually too many. These branches here are a problem, but I already knew about them. The path where the water's flowing across it is a problem, so I'll have to do something about that. But other than that, there's not too much going wrong, which is good. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and I shall see you later. So I just noticed the back of my car was actually sat in a puddle. The car park was starting to build up, so I've just quickly kicked the channel through here. I'm not sure why there's a ridge of soil here, but that's just allowing the water to flow down through and into the pond over there and keeping the car park dry, which is good. So it's the next day, I thought I'd come down and see how it looks. It's raining right up until like 9 o'clock last night. I actually went through Dagonway yesterday and that was flooding like crazy, the manholes popping up with the water pressure and all sorts, so I think we got away quite lightly. But you can see the path here, the leaves stopped there, so the water level obviously got up to here, and then all this section here where it's clear was obviously underwater at one point, and then you got the line goes round there, so that's now back down just on the edge there. But yeah, give that 24 hours, that should be much further back down. So yeah, so the lake here again, that pipe's still just about being able to cope with it, but doesn't seem to have overflowed, so that's good. And you can see around by the duck pond here, it only just got up onto the path, but yeah, the water level is still high in there, and the outlet pipe there I can see is blocked with leaves, so I will get rods for that one because that's under the water there. But it's just trickling through here, so you have to get that sorted. So that's all just about keeping up with it. The water level's just on the edge of the concrete there. But you can see it hasn't particularly been going over because the plants aren't flattened. So out and about today, the water level there is right up. Even the duck houses, back of that's underwater. Okay, that's back down to where it should be. I'll double check that that's not blocked, but I've got to get my wellies on to do that. But again, you can see there's leaves on the path here, so that never actually went over the path, which is good. So yeah, not too bad. Okay, well the water level's back to normal on there. You can see on the duck house that was up 3 slats on the side of that duck house, so that's how much the water's dropped down. And there's the outlet pipe there. It's already getting leaves building up around it, so might have to do something to that, stop it from getting blocked so easily.